Here we have the proportioning valve of a 2003 Kia Rio. And the problem we've had with this is that it started to leak through these top plugs. Let's look at what's inside it. We're going to put this in our vise. Going to use aluminium covers on our jaws. We've already opened up one of these, so there's not a great deal of pressure on it, tension rather. We'll just open that up. Comes off quite easily. Before we go too far, I'll just show you what this black plug in the centre is. There's nothing more than a little plastic cover over a hole. We'll put that away and look at it later on, because we want to work out why it is that brake fluid is oozing up through this hole. It's actually oozing up through both of them. We'll only take one off. Okay, take off the plug. There's no pre-tension on this, so there aren't going to be springs and parts flying out as we take it off. And there you have it. Inside the plug we have a small O-ring, which we suspect is the source of the problem, because that's the real seal between the brake fluid, which is on the inside of this, and the outside world, which accesses through this little hole. Why is the hole there? It's a little air vent. You can see, very simple plug. We've got the O-ring out. I'll put the O-ring down here. Next, we'll withdraw what's inside, which is, come out. Okay, a spring-loaded plunger with a seal. Notice that there is tapered face at the front, which suggests some sort of a seal perhaps. A needle valve. You've got this fluted square O-ring around it. You've got the spring, and you've got this washer at the top. And normally that would then sit into the plug and be sealed with the O-ring to the outside. Let's just expand that down here and just look at what the parts are. We have the spring, we have the plunger, we have the fluted seal ring here. We've got this little fellow up here, which is the O-ring. Because brake fluid, which is normally in around this spring, is oozing out through the hole at the top, the vent hole, which is plugged by this little plastic plug. The culprit for the leak appears to be this O-ring. It could also be perhaps this sealing O-ring underneath the plug as well. And so when we repair this, what we're going to do is replace this O-ring that seals the plug down, and also this tiny little fellow here, which is really doing the lion's share of the work. Because what's really happening is that when this is together, the O-ring is effectively on there, sealing up into the plug, but as this piston operates, it will be sliding backwards and forwards through this little O-ring, and over a period of time that will wear out, which appears to be what has happened. Very simple. If we can find exactly the right size O-rings, we should be able to repair this, stop it from leaking, and it'll probably be good for another 10 years.